best ways to grow your Etsy shop and really start to see sales is to always be prepared for what is going to be selling next. This can be done with both seasonal niches, which are niches that sell during a specific time of the year, or even with evergreen niches, which generally sell all year round. I recommend that the goal be with any niche that you're targeting to always try to stay ahead of the curve. And the curve that I'm referring to is the spike in sales that you see when it gets to the peak time for that specific niche. A tool that I use to find this peak is eRank. I personally just use their basic plan, which is $5 a month, but it gives me the ability to see the search trend, which looks like this. And as you can see here, we can follow this graph and see when it starts to spike. Now, this graph is in reference to Valentine's Day gifts, which you can see that right now we are right before the spike is about to happen. Which is why I recommend, if you are looking to target Valentine's Day as a seasonal niche in your shop, that now is the time to start designing and listing those products so that you are ahead of the curve and your shop is prepared when the masses come, and you can hopefully get a little bit of that surge and boost your sales in your shop. In this video, we are going to create 3 different Valentine's Day designs. My plan is to design for 3 different product types. So if there is a specific product type that you are more interested in seeing, there will be timestamps down below so that you can just jump to that section of the video. However, these designs and my style with designing can be applied really to any product type. So if you're just looking for some inspiration and some ideas for what you could be designing for this Valentine's Day, definitely be sure to watch the video all the way through. And if you are new to my channel, hello, my name is Taylor and my channel is focused on all things Etsy and print on demand. In the last year, I have sold over $150,000 on Etsy with a print-on-demand business model. And my goal here on this channel is to share that experience with you so that I can help you do the same and scale your own Etsy shop to reach any goals that you might have with it. If any of that interests you, I'd love to have you boop that subscribe button down below if you haven't done so already. One of my favorite places to browse for inspiration is Pinterest. So what I've gone ahead and done is I went to Pinterest, I typed in Valentine's Day designs and took some screenshots of designs that were inspiring to me. For the first design, the 2 pictures that I took a screenshot are, hold on, let me just scoot over. They are these 2 designs. It's important to remember that this is just inspiration. We are not copying these designs directly. What I really liked about these designs is first the colors that they use. I love the pink and the red. I think that complements each other really well and just feels very Valentine's Day-y-ish. The other thing that I really liked was how the word love was laid out in the Love You design. What I'm going to be using for all of the designs that I create in this video is Kittl. I have been using Kittl for majority of this year. I started using Kittl in like the springtime of last year. It has honestly been such a game changer for my design process. I highly recommend it. I do have a link for Kittl in the description if you haven't already checked it out. What I'm doing first is I just started a new project. I went ahead and just typed in 300 for the DPI. That is going to just make sure that this is a high resolution image, design, graphic that we can then upload to our product type, and this will just ensure that it prints the way that it's intended to on any product that we create. For this first product, I'm envisioning a sweatshirt with a sleeve print. If you haven't seen this video, then definitely be sure to check that video out next. Sleeve prints is something that is on the rise. It is extremely trendy and it is extremely profitable. So if you sell apparel in your Etsy shop, I highly, highly, highly encourage you to add sleeve print options for different designs that you may have or are looking to create in the future, because I really think that in the year of 2024 that we're going to see a ton of bestsellers utilizing sleeve prints. So for that, I'm going to start with what I actually want to be on the front of the sweatshirt. I'm going to pull my inspiration from the Love You design, and I want to do something similar. Fun fact, just hold Option or Alt on your keyboard and it copies and drags things down. I learned that from a comment. If anybody else has any tips, please, please, please leave them down in the comments below. They're so helpful. They help me. They help others that are watching this video. I love when we share tips and tricks. Now I want to pick a font. So I am envisioning a serif type font. A serif font is a font that has these little lines, these little extenders, I guess you could call them. A font that doesn't have the little lines is actually a sans serif font. So something like this, where it is just the letter. That is the difference between the two. For this, I'm envisioning a font like this. And honestly, I kind of like this one right here. That rarely happens where one of the first fonts that I click, I actually like. Honestly, that is something that normally consumes so much of my time is scrolling through fonts, but I really like this. Let's go ahead and change the colors here. All right, I have my colors. I'm gonna just adjust my placement a little bit right here, just so that I feel everything looks even and clean. All right, I like that. I'm gonna go ahead and download. Now for the sleeve print, I'm envisioning implementing the XOXO, and I think just a small, cute little script font on the wrist for the XOXO is all that's needed. I'm a big believer in that simple sells, and something that was noticed when I saw a bunch of bestsellers with sleeve prints recently is a lot of them were just really small, dainty script fonts, and that seemed to be the common trend and theme right now. So I'm gonna do that with the XOXO. I really like this. Now I'm going to group it together because the moment that I try to move this around, it is going to all come apart and all of that work will be for nothing. I'm going to just hit Command G. If you are on a PC, you can just do Control G. This has now grouped this all as one set, so I can move it around, scale it up, scale it down, do what I got to do without having to worry about it all coming apart. Next, I'm going to download this. And here's our design on a mock-up. I love the way this turned out. I love the colors. The red and the pink I think is just so Valentine's Day, very cute. Simple design, and it is something that's utilizing a current trend with utilizing these sleeve prints, which I love. This is a more generic Valentine's Day type design, so I would probably target keywords like Valentine's Day sweatshirt for women, women's Valentine's sweatshirt, or maybe even something like gift for girlfriend. The second design that I found on Pinterest that gave me some inspiration is actually this design. Now, I know it seems weird because this is a cookie. However, I love finding designs and inspiration on all types of different things. You don't have to limit yourself to just finding design inspiration on the product type that you're looking to sell. So what this cookie inspired me for is I love that it had the Will You Be My Valentine. And another product type that I want to design for is a mug. I had this whole idea in my head when I saw this cookie that I could create a design for a mug that had Will You Be My Valentine, and that would make such a cute gift for Valentine's Day. On Etsy, it is truly known as a platform where people go to buy gifts. And so with Valentine's Day gifts is a keyword that I definitely would want to target. And I figured with offering a product type like this with the Will You Be My Valentine, I just envisioned like somebody buying this mug, having it say, Will you be my Valentine? Maybe they fill it up with little candies, maybe put a flower in there. But I figured this would be a super cute idea to sell on Etsy. For this design, we're gonna start the same way. Let's add in a headline, and I'm gonna just type in, Will you be my? And I'm actually gonna type in Valentine separate. Now for this top part, I think I'm gonna actually do this all capital. Change of plans. We're gonna do, Will you be my? For this, I think I'm gonna go with a sans serif font. I really like this font, Anton, and I'm gonna make this a bit bigger. I wanna do a script font for this. There's a font that I have in mind. Here it is, it's Brismate. I like Brismate because it has the hearts over the eyes, which I think is cute, and especially with Valentine's Day, very cute. I'm actually going to bring the love back, and I'm gonna steal these colors again. Why recreate the wheel? Why try to think of something different every single time? That's really exhausting and really difficult, and I like to keep things simple. All right, one more idea that I think that'll actually spice this up a little bit. So I'm gonna bring Will You up. Because it's a different color and it stands out, I kind of like the idea of sandwiching it. I really like this. This is different, it's unique. This design I envisioned for a mug, and if I'm creating a mug in my shop, I like to use the mug mock-ups in Kittl. The reason being, it takes my design and molds it to the shape of the mug. Let me show you. This is one of my favorite of the mug mock-ups. So when I size this up, obviously I'm not going to make it this big, but you can see it's warping the design to make it look realistic on the mug. If you are selling mugs, I definitely recommend using a mug mock-up, typically from a software like Kittl, that will make it look a lot more realistic. Some keywords you could target with a product like this would be gift for girlfriend, gift for boyfriend, gift for wife, husband, gift for Valentine. The third design that I found on Pinterest was this one. This inspired me to think more so along the lines of those that are single for the holiday. Valentine's Day also has a whole market for people who are anti-Valentine's Day, or also people who are looking to celebrate Galentine's Day, which if you weren't familiar, Galentine's is kind of just girls getting together and celebrating Valentine's together as a group of friends. And it's actually a fantastic keyword that you can be targeting with your SEO on Etsy. And so when I saw this design, I was envisioning a product that could be given to a best friend or just to a loved one, kind of like a self-empowerment type of gift. And in my mind, I had this vision for actually creating a throw pillow. Starting with our font, we are gonna do self-love. And I already know I want to use the Sundrop font. Ooh, maybe it's not called Sundrop. It's called Sunny Drop. My bad. This type of font style has just repeatedly been on bestsellers time and time again. Before I add the next text, I am going to actually distort this. So I'm using the distort feature in Kittl. This is honestly why I started using Kittl, was I found it was really difficult to create distorted, wavy text like this until I found Kittl. I want this to wave with each other, so I'm going to edit the transform and just angle this. Now this bottom, I actually want to bring flat. Sometimes I play around with this until I kind of have it right where I want it to be. I want this to be a completely red design. When I think of Valentine's Day, I think of red hearts, red everything. So I'm going to just steal that red really quick, and I'm going to leave this as is. However, this is going to be a design for a throw pillow. And something that I like to do with throw pillows, oftentimes I find that many sellers, they just create a design for one side of the pillow. And something that I really like to do is have the main design on one side of the pillow and then do some type of cute pattern print on the back side. So let me show you what I mean. I typed in kiss in the elements and I found this little smooch mark. And so I just am going to take this. I want to make sure that it is that same color red. Perfect. That way it matches. And I'm going to just make a little collage. I'm happy with that. I like just the messy look. I like the different sizes. And so now I'm going to download. Here I am in Printify, and I figured I could just show you how I would actually complete this design, and also so that you can see the finished product, what it would actually look like for the customer if they were to purchase it. So I'm gonna just bring in both of my designs. This would be on one side of the pillow. So I'm gonna make that as big as I can. With this, we can see the little dotted lines. I don't wanna go outside of that. And then on the back, I'm going to just make this design the whole back side of the pillow. This is going to have some runoff. It's not necessarily going to print the entire design, but I do want it to cover the entire back side of the pillow. Here is what the pillow would look like. So on the one side, we have the nice, big, fun retro font for self-love is the best love. And then on the back, we have this fun, just all over print for the pillow. Doing this front and back style design on a throw pillow really just differentiates yourself from the competition. For this type of product, I would target more of the Galentine's Day type gift ideas and keywords. I'd love to know in the comments if any of these designs inspired you for what you are going to be designing next. As always, I hope you're having a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world, and I will see you in the next one.